good, y'all? Today I'm back with another video, and today I'm going to be talking about basically every skill tree on every race and where it fits on the tier list. And if you have watched my other tier lists, you might notice that what the hell is that doesn't exist here. I don't think anything is that unused other than maybe Quincy Kendo to warrant that. But other than that, before we get into this, I'd just like to quickly ask you guys to subscribe because I'm like 2% of you guys have subscribed, and it's free and helps me out a lot. We're almost at 2K subs, and once we do reach 2K subs, I'll be doing a giveaway for 2 True Hogs and a bunch of other mythical items that I get before I get there. And just join my Discord, subscribe, and you can participate in the giveaway when it happens, or just talk to me as well, whatever you wish to do. And with that, let's get into it. And I'm actually going to start off with right now the most broken fucking skill tree combination, and this is the only one I've opted to place as a hybrid in here, not as a pure skill tree, because I believe it deserves to be put in here, even though it's not just a skill tree. And I'm obviously talking about 40 speed 25 Kendo on anything but a rank car. This thing has insane true combos. You can do, if you're in Vizard or Letz, you can do Flash Fang with the increased stun it has into Rising Swallow, into Floating Strikes, and then Floating Strikes into, like, if you're Quincy, you can use Spalton, and then you can Fast Fang, and all of that is true. If you're Soul Reaper, anything after Floating Strikes is also true, so you can just whip anything out. It's an insane build. It has insane mobility, insane damage, and I frankly think that in my previous video I addressed this, that the Kendo moves at 25 are way too good and would do way too much damage, and I feel like it should be changed to have more of a Kendo requirement. Y'all let me know what you think, but in my opinion, this is the best build without a doubt on anything but a rank car. If it's a rank car, this is actually like A tier. If I'm being real, this probably would be A tier because it's very mode carried. It like Rising Swallow's Vizard just kind of removes its hit, like throwaway. It just kind of removes its knockback, so that true combos into Floating Strikes. So it's very mode dependent, which is why it's not very good on a rank car. And now I'll just be going into every race's speed. Honestly, Quincy speed and Soul Reaper speed is pretty much the same. It's just B tier in my opinion. And I'll explain why in a second. Let me find the Quincy speed. Yeah, there we go. These are both B tier. And a rank car speed, however, sadly, is C tier. And the reason for this is both these races have a way to sustain their Ryatsu while being full speed. For example, the mode pops give them both Ryatsu, and on Let's Still you also have Siphon or Boost, which both give you a good amount of Ryatsu. So you can pick either one of those and just become busted as hell. Soul Reapers obviously have Vizard, and Vizards have incredible Ray regen, plus they get like almost a bar of Ryatsu back when they pop Vizard. So they can maintain it better than a rank cars, because speed has a ridiculous amount of fucking Ryatsu drain, and the damage it does is not even close to it. So this might even be in D tier, if I'm being honest, but I don't think anything deserves D tier, so I'll just keep it at that. C tier, definitely it's pretty much, I think, the worst build in game. Maybe with Essence it could be slightly better, but at the same time that still is a lot of Ryatsu drain. And I'll be moving on to Kidos, and Soul Reaper Kido is S tier, in my opinion. Not like high S, but it's in the middle, and it may drop in quality or higher in quality depending on how good you are with it. If you just spam with it, you might not even be in S tier. Most motherfuckers who spam with Soul Reaper Kido are ass at the game. If you catch them off guard one time, they all of a sudden don't know how to parry. But if it's a dude that knows the combos, goes in on you and tries to combo you with it, it's probably like in the higher echelon of S. Quincy Kido, I would say, is high A and can easily get to ungodly if the player is good, unlike Soul Reaper Kido. Soul Reaper Kido isn't as skill dependent as Quincy Kido is, because aiming after the Reishi tip was removed is a lot harder. So in my opinion, this is like high A, low S, and and after that it's all skill dependent. So I'll put this in low S for now. And a rank car Kido, also an S. Arancar Kido right now is in a pretty decent spot. After the Cero Cyclone was reworked, it's actually a pretty good move now. Though Cero's Scourge is completely fucking broken right now and has lost its iframes. So I would say by base, Arancar Kido is definitely better than Quincy Kido, but I feel like a good Quincy Kido can beat a good Arancar Kido. But that's purely my opinion. You can debate me why you think this might not even be S or something like that. We can always discuss in the comments. And after that, I'll be discussing Kendo. Soul Reaper Kendo is just Kendo itself is definitely A tier. It's not anything crazy. Quincy Kendo, actually, I would say it's B tier. Quincy Kendo doesn't really have anything like truly going for it. Soul Reapers have good weapons that suit Kendo, like heavier weapons like Odachi, which can combo into it. Quincy kind of just doesn't have that, so it's just kind of like a B tier. Same with like the speed on that one. And Arancar Kendo actually would be A tier because they have ability to just pretty much like they're more suited to Kendo. Their weapons like Baragon, Hollow Burden, and all of that is pretty much suited to Kendo. There's a lot of things you can do with Arancars that can go Kendo. For example, they have good defense with Hero variant, or can regenerate a lot of HP with the Oscurus if they have regeneration variant, and they can turn off your regen as well. So I feel like Arancar and Soul Reaper are definitely better suited for full Kendo than Quincy is. Soul Reaper Hakuda did get nerfed a bunch, so I wouldn't say it's ungodly anymore. I would say it's like mid S tier. It's definitely very good, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, a lot of the things that were true aren't true anymore, like Wind Shunko, Suzumebachi things aren't fully true. Wind Shunko doesn't guard break anymore. Fire Shunko doesn't true combo into Catching Dragon, has a higher cooldown. So this is definitely still S tier, don't get me wrong, it's very, very fucking good, but I cannot compare it to this thing. This fucking hybrid that was created. And Hakuda on Arankar. Now that's a kind of a difficult one for me because they don't really have anything special. They're pretty much just base Hakuda with a decent fucking critical. So this might be controversial, bro, but I wouldn't say it's as good as. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of in the same category as this, but not really. It's kind of like lower. It's definitely worse than Soul Reaper Hakuda, without a shadow of a doubt. Because one, Vizard is definitely better than Vasto at the current moment, anyway. And on top of that, as I said, Soul Reaper gets a bunch of fresh things. They don't get Spine Rend, but at the same time, Spine Rend is easily blockable if you're a good player. So that really doesn't make that much of a difference unless you Spine Rend into a move they're doing and they fall for it, which honestly could work in the air. And I would say these are pretty equal right now, and I would say it is slightly worse than Soul Reaper Hakuda. Quincy Hakuda is A tier. It doesn't really, I don't know, there's not much it has going for it right now. The chain is good into Catching Dragon, but at the same time, no one really uses Catching Dragon on the ground anymore. And I don't know. In my opinion, Quincy Hakuda just ain't it right now. You can correct me if I'm wrong, and if you believe I'm wrong, of course. I'm always willing to discuss things like that in the comments. And thank you for watching. You correct my list. If you think I'm wrong, I'll take it. And just let me know. I'll be in the comments discussing that with you. And as I said before, please subscribe, like if you enjoyed and would like to see more. I got a lot of content coming out soon. And if you want to join the Discord, talk to me, take part in giveaways, events. I do like cosmetic giveaways from time to time to just random people, like eye rerolls. I have a bunch of alts, so I just give away eye rerolls and things like that. So if you're interested in that, let me know, and I'll try to hook you up. And that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.